make sure that our riders have their reins even before we start. So if you kind of help them do a little check-in and get them holding on in the same place. All right, and we're just going to talk a little bit about how much help you give your rider. Most of the riders will need some assistance through this course. We don't want to give them more help than we need. So as a volunteer, it will be just kind of your job to assess how much they are going to need. The more they can do on their own, the better the score. So we'll start the course and talk about that as we go through. And we're going to walk on and go to obstacle number 1 is the halt square. The rider should go in over the black marks and halt in the middle of the square. Christina did a great job where she did the halt herself, all right, without a lot of assistance from the leader. And we're going to go ahead and walk on to obstacle number 2, which is the figure 8. Traditionally, you will do circle to the right first. If your rider starts to circle to the left and they are actually doing the turning, you can allow them to do so. Will not necessarily take off points. You want to come right back and try to help them stay to the center as much as possible, and their circles should be round. The cavalettis, again, they're going to try to keep their horses to the center as possible, going over the black marks. We're going to keep the horse walking straight for the moment, and then start doing the weave. You let them go over the middle of the poles as they weave through. There may be some horses that are going to be interested in eating the trees. If that happens as a volunteer, you can ask them to get away from the tree. With this, when we finish the poles, we're going to want to keep walking straight for just a minute and then make your turn towards the mailbox. Your rider needs to line the horse up and then ask the horse to stop. We want them to put the reins in one hand as they reach down to get the mailbox. Then the flag goes up if it was down and down if it was up. So we ask them to move the flag. And then we're going to ask the horse to walk on and go over the bridge. We want the riders to make a full stop before they do as Christina did. If they miss, we'll just pick it up and give it to them again. All right. We are going on to the L again. Maybe just come a little bit out so the horse gets lined up straight. So we're going to go through the L. And at the red cones, we're going to stop. The rider is going to need to back up. Christina knew to shorten her reins a little bit. Some riders won't. If the rider is pulling and the horse doesn't back, you can give him some assistance. If you turn your shoulders facing the horse and start your motion, your energy going back, that will help the horse understand what we're asking. After the back, we can walk up and walk out of our obstacle. The next obstacle is the trot lane. Once we make the turn and get our horse straight, we'll ask for a trot. figure eight. So we're going to go ahead and ask the horse to make 2 figure eights. Again, round circles. If we have a lot of sidewalkers, your leader will have to kind of help make sure that we don't have sidewalkers, that they have enough room between the obstacle and the horse. And coming back right through the middle helps the rider make nice even circles. And we're just going to ask Christina to whoa for 1 minute. So one of the things that you can do if you have a rider that's really, really capable, you can have the line like Nicole has it now, where it's not doing a lot of influence for the horse. If the rider needs, or the horse needs a little more help getting through the obstacle, we like the rider to try it, and try and see if they can achieve the goal with the obstacle. But if they're having trouble, then you can give them assistance. One of the things that we are not supposed to do through this trail course is talk too much. But if they needed assistance remembering what they need to do for a certain obstacle, so for example, the trot lane, a volunteer might quietly say, if it looks like the rider isn't going to remember we trot here, all right? But for the most part, the goal is to let them do as much as they can on their own as possible. But we also don't want to have them fail at the obstacle either. So just using your judgment as to when you are going to give some more assistance. And now this is the end of our trail course. The next thing that we are going to do is all of our riders, we're going to stop here because parents will be walking through. We're going to have to stop all foot traffic going through to the other side. Once that happens, we're going to go ahead and walk out of here. Walk the horse all the way up and around to the other end where that horse got mounted, and we will dismount in this area, just like where we mount and dismount. We want to be really conscious of horses being together. And it is a staff member that dismounts the rider. So if you just are going to kind of stay here until a staff member comes to assist. Once that rider's down, we would like a volunteer to take that rider back behind the fence over here so they're out of the way of all of the horses. Sometimes parents like to take pictures of the riders on the horse, which we could do out in the grass. But then this area here where the dirt is, we don't want any parents in this area. The less foot traffic we have, the safer it is for everyone. I think that is most of what we need to remember. Nicole, did we miss anything else?
I think it's good.
All right,
and I'm dismounting, so I'll be the one here dismounting.
Right, and don't forget to, high five and cheer your rider's accomplishment. Good job.